Amazing. Thank you, guys. How are we doing? We good? Yes, amazing. I'm good too. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm out past my bedtime and it's great to be here speaking with you guys too. I'm also actually really quite proud to be here speaking with you, just because, in all honesty, I've never really been that spate at Greeking. Nice, good to see one or two of you so pleasantly eased. I'll explain though. I was a very late talker as a kid, right? I didn't talk until the age of about 5 or 6. And up until that point, my older brother, he would talk for me. And of course, he used this to torment me. Just little things, like making sure I didn't get that last little bit of sticky toffee pudding, or not telling my parents when I pooped my pants, or, signing me up to be a Jehovah's Witness. At that point though, I had had enough, right? And so with pooping my pants, but God, in my heart, I decided to speak up. The only problem was I couldn't talk properly. I couldn't say my S's or my F's. I would say H's instead. Yeah, it turns out if you don't talk for 5 years, you get pretty hucking hits at it. As you guys can probably imagine, though, that speech impediment, a lot like this joke, gets pretty old, pretty damn fast. See? And so I was shipped off to speech therapy. Now, clearly it worked because I'm here and I'm speaking to you, but I didn't have the best time of it. I actually think what I was put through was really quite cruel. They took me, a kid who clearly could not talk, and they forced me to do tongue twisters. That, to me, guys, is the exact same as taking Ben here, breaking both of his legs, and then shipping him off to Argentina to compete in Total Wipeout. That's cruel, right? It's a compelling watch, though. Everybody here is tuning in just to see how you get over those big red balls. And that, to me, guys, was the exact same as having to drag my massive tongue through she sells seashells without calling my speech therapist a whore. If I'm being honest with you, guys, that whole experience, it massively knocked my confidence. I've had low self-esteem ever since, and I used to have this really bad habit of negative self-talk. Yeah, I know, right? What a fucking loser. My dad, though, he saw this and he wanted to help, so he went out and he bought me a book on cognitive behavioural therapy, CBT. Hands up if you know what CBT is. Amazing, got all the crazy people out in the open. Thank you, guys. The book that my dad bought me was called CBT for Dummies. Yeah, and to make matters worse, he bought that book second-hand. He bought me a second-hand self-help book. It genuinely still had notes and annotations in it from the guy who had it last. It was just like Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. We know that film, right? Yeah, it was just like that, except where Harry got potions and spells, what I got were intrusive thoughts and some pretty dark farewells. What I will say about that book, though, guys, is the notes in it did so much more for my self-esteem than the book itself. Yeah, anybody that says comparison is the thief of joy has clearly never read a second-hand self-help book. That, though, guys, is a great example of my dad trying to help me kind of slightly missing the mark. Another great example of this. When I was 16, I was diagnosed with anorexia. Yeah, it turns out an apple a day, it's not quite enough food to keep the doctor away. Don't worry there, guys, because I am so fine now. I'm fully recovered. And as I was told back then, it was very common in girls my age. My dad, though, like I said, he wanted to help with this, but being a poor, simple man from Liverpool, he didn't know how, he didn't understand it. So what my dad thought that he would do to help me is sneak into my room in the dead of night and slip a Snickers bar under my pillow. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, right? It's kind of like the Tooth Fairy, but with much more diabetes. He did this for a while too. When I finally got around to challenging him on this and saying, Dad, why are you doing this to me? All he could say to me is, Luke, you're not you when you're hungry. He'd stolen it from those adverts. Remember those Snickers adverts? Yeah. Personally, I think my dad's a little bit too easily influenced by advertising. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's him, or maybe it's Maybelline. My dad, though, he's actually a much better man than those stories make him out to be, guys. He loves 3 things in life. He loves his family, he loves Liverpool Football Club, and he loves making sausages, baby. My dad's recently retired, and as a retirement present, I bought him a copy of Sausage Making for Dummies. Second hand, of course, it had to be. And he's rolling with it. And because he loves Liverpool so much, he wants to start a sausage-making company called Mo Salami. Mo Salah, of course, one of the best football players in the world right now, and a devout Muslim. Yeah, which means my dad's turned a well-meaning pork-related business into what is essentially a hate crime. Thanks, guys. You've been an absolute pleasure to talk to. I've been Luke Hall. I'll see you soon.
The stage, Naim Ali!
Oh, I'm so pumped, guys. I'm so excited. That's me. That's my excited noise. I just came back from Saudi Arabia. That's why I'm excited. And in the least creepy way possible, I'm so happy to see so many women's elbows in tonight. My friend told me I shouldn't have said that one. But little about me. I'm Muslim. Any Muslim people in the house? Any Muslim brothers and sisters? Good. This is just a security check for the venue. Sorry if you found that offensive. I did actually grow up in a religious household. By that I don't mean I lived in a flat above a Mecca bingo. Growing up with Muslim parents was hard, right? Definitely a lack of love than the norm. Piggybacks, never allowed. Pigs aren't halal. Okay, got it. Yeah. Sorry about that. What's your name, white guy? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say white. I'm trying to be more PC. What's your name, more employable guy? Ben. You single, taken, Ben? Oh, congratulations. Yeah, I sounded like I was interested. I could do a lot worse. I only ask because, we live in 2022, a day where sexuality is a spectrum and, the lines are a bit blurred. And I know the definition of heterosexual is a grown man that has sex with women, frequently. So at the moment, I'd have to say I'm unsuccessfully straight. Let me introduce myself properly because brown names are hard. My name is Naim. I'm an honest, hardworking guy. I think trust is essential in every relationship. And I'm 6'2". I have bad posture. Another fun fact about me, I'm 7 years clean. Yes, I took my first shower at 20 years old. So as you can tell, I've been single for a long damn time. Oars, please. Oars, crowd. Oars. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. I was tired of it, right? One day I just woke up and I said, I need to stop lying to myself and start lying to women again. So I downloaded all the dating apps. Give me a cheer if you used Tinder before. Right, a lot of ultimately sad but relatable people here. But yes, I thought, I could find a girl I'm attracted to. I'm short and jacked, as you can see. We call ourselves chode bodies. And, I thought I could find a girl I'm attracted to. I love curves. Love curvy women. Yes, I was thoroughly disappointed when I downloaded Tinder Plus and it wasn't full of plus-size girls. It was false advertising, if you ask me. My friends, they're always good with girls. My lad friends, they're always great at hitting on girls, having loads of sex. They brag about their body count. A term you don't really hear after uni unless you're an American police officer. But it's not them that I don't get on with. It's my nice guy friends, right? They really rub me the wrong way. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Other white guy. So they always big me up when there's no reason to look at me, right? And girls have the same thing, but it's a lot less subtle. Everyone here's got Facebook, Instagram. You've probably seen it, right? Hot girl A will comment under less attractive girl B's photos like a serial killer. They'll be like, ooh, I want your eyes. Or, ooh, I want to cut off your freckles and glue them onto me. Sick best friend shit like that, right? The guy version's a lot more subtle. So I'm privileged to be friends with 4 6-foot-tall, handsome white men. I know, I'm a lucky man. So, one of them would be like, let's go out on the pull. And I'll stupidly be like, okay. We go out, we go to a club, we go to a dance floor, right? Girls approach us, they talk to them, and then they look at me, and I know this is what they're thinking. I know for 100% fact. They're thinking, why oh why did they invite the Uber driver inside? I'll be honest, every time people laugh at that one, it hurts my feelings. Unrelated, but I hate racists, especially Asians. My dad, he's the exact opposite of me. He'll only trust other brown people. Do you know what my dad gets at a Chinese restaurant? Directions. To an Indian restaurant. Yeah. But, I joke, I am very pro-Asian people. I'm pro-ethnic minorities rising up to a stage of importance for their underrepresented communities. Except Rishi Sunak, I think he's a dick. Okay? Yes, thank you. I have to say, I hate politics jokes. I'm not a political comedian. But I am disappointed in the racism in this country not being strong enough to stop Rishi Sunak becoming Prime Minister. Okay? Before I go, I just want to leave a fleeting thought. Who here has seen Wallace and Gromit? Right, biggest share of the night, not so good for me, but fine. So, I don't know how Rishi Sunak can be taken seriously, right? Because to me, he looks like if Wallace fucked Gromit. That's what he looks like. He's got Wallace's beady eyes and skin like a hairy bitch. Okay, I'm done now, but thanks, guys, for listening to me. Have a good one, man.
Welcome to the stage, Helen K.
Right, for those of you standing up, don't worry, we don't have seats over there either. It's called stand up for a reason. A female comedian with an ambiguous accent stands in front of you. What is she going to talk about? Is it A, where she's from? Or is it B, dating apps? All right, I'm going to talk about the illusion of choice, which coincidentally describes both Tinder and elections in my home country of Russia. I don't like admitting that I'm from Russia. Do you guys remember the good old days when Russian singles in your area was a thing of excitement? Because now it's a threat. My mother, she would really prefer that I didn't talk about being Russian on stage because she's actually concerned that I'd get persecuted over here simply because of where I happen to come from. Now, of course, I told her, Mom, that's ridiculous, I'm white. But it has been hard for me since, the invasion of Ukraine. Like, there goes my dream of ever owning Chelsea. And I do feel a lot of shame and guilt being a citizen of a country that's known exclusively for binge drinking and invasions, and there's just my British citizenship. But yeah, I'm a member of several widely despised groups. British, Russian, I also somehow own property. I know, guys, but come on. You either die a hero or live long enough to become a landlord. But I try to use my landlord powers for good, right? I'm actually sponsoring a Ukrainian refugee. This is not a bit. She exists. I do invite her to these gigs, but bitch pretends not to speak English. But I can help you guys out too. I can give you my number one tip, how to own property in London at the age of 30. Would you like to hear it? Be an only child. I know some of you think that there is nothing you can do about that at this point, but trust me, where there is a will, of which you are the sole beneficiary, there is a way. So I recently turned 31, and somebody's easily impressed. I love it. She's been alive this long. How does she do it? Antidepressants. No, it was quite rough. Losing my youth and my rail card at the same time. Yeah, for my 31st birthday, I did a comedy gig. I told my mom that that's what I was doing. And she said, wow, I labored for 18 hours and now you what? Mumbly comedian. I get it, Mom, we both suck at delivering. But, yeah, not only am I 31, I'm also single, and that makes me think about one thing, right? Dying alone. And I don't actually see what the big deal about that is, because when people tell me, oh, I don't want to die alone, it's like, how many people are you planning to take down with you, you sick fuck? But yeah, I do think a lot about, why am I single? And I think it's because I'm too edgy, I'm constantly on edge. But it's like I have to be a smart ass when somebody tells me something nice. Like, the other day I was on date and the guy went like, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I was like, geez, you need to see more women. And yeah, it's on the plus side though. I am helping make my family more tolerant. So they still live in Russia, And they are what they call diet homophobic and diet racist. So they'd be like, well, we wouldn't want you to bring home a girl. Or like, well, we would not be happy if you brought home a black guy. And like, now I'm 31 and single, and they're really open to everybody I can bring home at this point. But yeah, to wrap this up, I think we've all been thinking about death, haven't we? Because we haven't been having a good time as a species, really. In Britain, we lost 2 Liz's in 1 year. And just like Liz Truss, I'm about to run out of time. Thank you, guys.
Welcome to the stage, it's George Ferry!
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for waiting for me. My name is George, and it's a pleasure to be here after winning this beautiful 3-inch plastic trophy, or as us fellas like to call it, this 6-inch plastic trophy. Yeah. It's nice to have been awarded something because I'm very competitive. But I don't really have much to show for it, to be honest. I think I'm competitive because of my family. I get it from them. We love a games night up in Burnley, or we love a games night. There's one game I refuse to play, though, which is a game called Scattergrees. Has anyone heard of Scattergrees? Oh, God, it's horrific. The arguments you have in Scattergrees. For those of you who don't know Scattergrees, you've got a list of categories. You're given a letter. You've got to come up with something for each category, beginning with that letter. Hopefully no one else has said the same one as you. The reason I refuse to play it is because of my dad, who is just absolutely horrific when it comes to this game. And it's better to come up with categories, by the way, where, you know, you've got a lot of possible answers, like capital cities, chemical elements, Tory chancellors of the last year. George Brewer, thank you very much. But also, yeah, my dad is absolutely terribly at this game. What he does is he changes the rules, and he's never wrong because he's a dad. So what he says is for occupations beginning with J, he said job. That's just wrong. And then when he had the letter S, things that are cold, he said summers in Canada. And for vegetables, he said salad. So I refuse to play that game with that man ever again. Google it, George, you Philistine. Shut up, Steve. But yeah, I have to say, I'll be honest, I don't mind talking about this, but my competitiveness did take a dark turn when I was at university, because unfortunately I developed a little bit of a problem with gambling. It's a taboo subject, but I don't mind talking about it. You know what, fuck it, let's break the taboo. Problem gamblers, give me a cheer. Just me, okay. 1 out of 60, bloody hell. Well, if I'd have a tenner on that, wow. Bloody hell. No, but it is a taboo subject. It's a taboo, and you know what? It's classic. You go on a night out, you end up in a casino, you think you're really cool, and then you start gambling online, and then you start betting on sports you didn't even know existed. I think I knew I had a problem when I had a quid on Dragon to win the Masked Singer. Turned out to be Sue from Melon Sue. So yeah, I mean, she came 5th. It was an each way bet. I still won my money back, but come on, she lost to Sophie Ellis Bextor or something. But yeah, it's a taboo subject. And the thing with gambling is, you know, I ended up signing up to a thing called GamStop to stop me from gambling, right? And it sounds like a vegan rally to save the pigs, but it's really, really good. Basically, I signed up, and it's brilliant, because you're self-excluded from all casinos. They don't let you in. And even if you win money, what happens is you aren't getting the money. They give it to charity. So it's brilliant. So I'm a new man. I've got like new hobbies. I play football. I do this. I do walking tours. And September 2022, I was the Cancer Research UK Patron of the Month. So I'm a lot better guy. I just go in casinos and bet. They give it all to them. It's not me. But I know I'm doing a good job. But the thing is, yeah, no, it's a difficult thing. And TV quiz show, I didn't win on that either. There was 31 grand in the jackpot. I could have saved the pandas with that, but no, didn't win on that either. But what I really want is to have the ITV hat-trick, which is to go on The Chase. Yeah, it's a whoop for The Chase. It's the best one, definitely. I don't know if any of you have applied for any of these TV quiz shows, by the way. They seriously ask you some thorough questions. I thought Bradley Walsh was trying to scam me after my mother's maiden name, but no, it's a serious investigation into who you are as a person. They ask you things like, what do you do? What's your proudest achievement? That was quite an easy answer. And they said one which was, give yourself 5 words and make sure it's 5 words that other people would use to best describe you, okay? So I asked my mates group chat, and they said, Mr. Tumnus with Crohn's disease. So I didn't go with that. So I asked the family group chat instead. They didn't reply. Brilliant. Turns out they had replied. I just muted it. We've all done it. But then I went on WhatsApp and I realised there'd been a lot of activity in the family group chat, and my dad had replied, and I looked at it, and here were the words my dad used. Clown. Okay, fair enough. Complicated, which I wasn't too sure of. Cairo, Captain America, and Carbon. It turned out they were having a virtual game of categories without me. Anyway, I've been George Bury. Thank you, everyone. Let's get pissed.
Welcome to stage, it's Vidia Divakaran.
Oh, hi, I'm Vidia. And despite the haircut and despite what my mum thinks of the haircut, I'm not a lesbian. I am bi, but she doesn't need to know that. Yeah, when I got my haircut, she was deeply concerned. Like, her gator was popping off and it wasn't like slay. Nah, she was, she wants me to have a nice Indian husband. So I moved back and the first thing she did was make me download Dilmil. Does anyone know what Dilmil is? Okay, it's an Asian-only dating app, also known as Chicken Tinder Masala. And I deleted it within the first 10 minutes of swiping because I saw my family friend on it. Like, it's one thing seeing someone you know on Tinder because you can, like, pretend as if you're there for fun. But when you see someone on Dilmil, you know you're trying to arrange your own marriage. Yeah, so that was very sad. Quickly deleted it. But you know what? I haven't got time for a relationship. I'm a corporate girly. Yeah, start a new job, have no friends. Yeah, I'm too socially awkward for office work. Like, I went into the office once and the head of HR, she came up to me and she was like, "Hi Vidya, I'm Faye, nice to meet you." And I was like, "Hi Faye, I'm Vidya." She already knew my name, why did I have to say that? So now I work from home. Yeah, and I realized I don't leave the house when I work at home. So I was like, I was asking my aunties, who also just stay at home, like, what do you do to get out? And my auntie was like, "Vidya, have you heard of pagans? They like the outdoors, they like earth." And I was like, "Auntie, do you mean vegans?" But no, she meant pagans. Yeah, my aunties find a nice group of witches on Facebook and they go for like nature walks in Epping Forest. And it's great, I think. I asked her, like, is it dangerous? Not the witches going to Epping Forest. And she was like, no. This is beginner's level. And then I checked her Facebook and it said initiation. So I'll let you know how that goes. Because you know what? It's either this or going to the gym. And I'd rather be a human sacrifice than do exercise in public. But yeah, I have also been trying to meet new people. And I've been doing this by a very like natural way. So does anyone else get like random Indian men in your Facebook requests? Yeah? Like, hello, hi. Yeah. So I replied to a couple of them. And these are some of the highlights that didn't make me want to block them. So first up, we've got Nishanthan, who said, "Hi." And I asked Nishanthan, "What is your opinion on climate change?" He said, "Good." And I replied, "What about the heat waves, the flash flooding, the forest fires?" And he said, "Nice weather." You know what? It makes you think, what's worse, a climate change denier or climate change supporter? Yeah, and then Mr. Lux, he asked, "You free now?" For like the 7th time. And I replied, all in caps, of course, "The shackles of capitalism weigh down on my bones, so how could I ever be free in this economy?" And Lux said, "Sounds crazy." Lol. So you free? I blocked him. And then we had Simon Biswas Simu. And he greeted me with, "Hello friend, your teeth are very nice and beautiful." My profile picture had a closed mouth smile. So I was like, "Thanks, bestie, I grew them myself." And he said, all in one paragraph, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, I like you. May your children grow up to be much more. Take care of yourself. Love others. Do not insult anyone. Give to the poor and help. Remember God every day. Amen." And then in a separate message, "Welcome to Bangladesh." And I wish you all the same. Thank you so much. I've been Vidya.
Welcome to the stage. It's Abraham.
Now, much to the surprise of people who meet me, I actually don't have a drinking problem. In fact, I don't drink. Now, when I tell people I don't drink, they get very serious. They look at me like there's something quite important they need to tell me. They say things like, "Okay, why?" Or, "Is that for religious reasons?" Or, it's like I've decided to grow an aubergine on my forehead. It's like, oh, people are like, "Have you always grown an aubergine on your forehead, or is the time you didn't have one?" It's like we think in the UK that we were born with a can of Stella. Like, meh, meh, meh. Glug, 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 glug. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. But I had to learn this one the hard way. I was out with my mate Bartosz, and he said, "What are you having?" And I said, "Don't worry, mate, I'll get this one. What are you having?" He said, "I'll have whatever you're having." I was like, "All right then." I went to the bar, came back, I took him at his word, I went, "Bosh." He said, "That literally, what the fuck is that?" I said, "I fancy tomato juice, mate." He was like, "I'm not drinking that." I was like, fucking hell. So there I am with my tomato juice. What's the collective? I'm not sure. My carnage of tomato juice. And I don't know if you've ever had a neat tomato juice, but one is more than enough for the day. I can tell you that. Fucking hell, I've had too many tomato juices. But yeah, it's a little bit crazy like that. And you know, people really think that I like drink. Like I was out with a bunch of mates, and I said, "I'll get the next round." I always buy the drinks in my stories. I was like, same again. Lovely. I walked to the bar with the strut of someone who knows they're buying the next round. I was like, yeah, fucking hell, I'm a legend. And and the publican says to me, "No." I said, "Sorry, everything all right?" He said, "How much have you had?" I said, "A singular tomato juice. As it happens, I don't drink." He said, "Sorry, no, I'm not serving you." I was like, hang on. No, I literally don't drink. I can't drink. I get terrible migraines. He's like, "You're really starting to piss me off now. I'm not serving you. I'm not serving the rest of your table." I was like, fucking hell, can I at least get another tomato juice? He said, "What the fuck are you trying to do? Kill yourself with tomatoey goodness?" I was like, you got a point. I went back to my table. I said, "Unfortunately, lads, it appears I've ordered the anti-round, where instead of getting you a drink, you can now never drink here again." People are surprised I don't drink. They're also surprised to find out I don't do drugs. In fact, they're surprised that I don't sell drugs. I'll be walking down the road. Does this happen to anybody else? Like, I'll be walking down the road. People say, "Excuse me, mate." I'll be, yeah. "How much for an ounce?" I'm like, "What, an ounce of what?" "Well, I was hoping for weed." I was like, "Sorry, mate, I don't have any weed." "Okay, well, I could do with a bit of MD. I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to stop you there. I'm not actually a drug dealer." He'll be like, "Come on, mate, I'm not the police or anything." I'm like, look, literally, I don't have anything for you, mate. Unless you kill me, harvest my adrenal gland like QAnon, and fuck it, I don't have anything for you, lad. It's crazy, man. I'll be at parties with people who know me, and they say, "Come on, Abe, you must be selling something." I'm like, I'm literally not. They're like, how do you achieve this hazy level of zen? I'm like, I'm not fucking sure. A poor sleep routine and a little bit of meditation. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But comedy virgins, let this be the record. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't buy drugs. And I don't sell drugs. Hello, nice to see you. It's funny though, isn't it? Because the more you try to deny something, the more credible it sounds. So fuck it. If anyone wants a bag of skag, I'll be out the back. And by the way, I'm a raging alcoholic. Woo!
Say Sharifa Butterfly.
Hello, everyone. Delayed, but great. So I was trying to make friends in the break. I was asking everyone why they got into comedy. Nobody seems to have the same reasons as me. I'm in this for the money and the hoes. Hey. And I believe that that's what every comedian in this room wants, but they're not going to admit it because they don't want to be judged. But I know what you put out into the universe gives. And I'm not trying to give the universe any mixed signals. So universe, give me all that cash money and all them, well, actually, to be honest, I don't even need all them hoes. I would be happy with just like one or two solid, good quality hoes. On the subject of hoes, I haven't seen my mum in like 14 years. She broke up with me. And because that's a normal thing to do. And the thing about, I don't know, you guys probably don't know what it's like to break up with your mum, but it's very similar to breaking up with a guy, for instance. Have you been through a breakup? Yeah. And you know, there's that point in time where you start wondering shit that you have no business wondering about. Like, does he have a new girlfriend? Is she hotter than me? Does he whip and spank her, or is that just an us thing? Well, I was in my room and I started thinking to myself, does my mum have new kids? Are they hotter than me? Does she whip and spank them, or is that just an us thing? And then I made a fake Facebook. It was a low, guys. I made a fake Facebook and I stalked this woman and I found out some shit. She doesn't have any sexy kids. They're all ugly as fuck. Winning the breakup. No, I'm kidding. I actually couldn't find out if she had new kids, but what I did find out is that she's got a new hobby. What's your name? Farai. That's a lovely name. So we're going to play a game. If you guess what my mom's been doing with her spare time, you win a prize. What do you reckon she's been doing? Pottery. You win no prize, lady. That was a horrible guess. My mom is doing something far more exciting than pottery. She's writing porn, guys. Yes, she's writing porn. And not only is she writing porn, she's writing sex manuals. Do you know how insulting that is? This woman even had the cheek to write on her Twitter, part 2 coming up soon. Mum, oh, sorry, I didn't even tell you what the title is. It's You'll Learn Sex So Good, His Pull-Out Game Will Be Weak. You'll learn sex so good, his pull-out game will be weak. What's part 2, Mum? How to abandon the children that you had after he didn't pull out. What the hell? I was furious. I was so fucking angry. And then I thought, if that porn is good, I will let her off the hook. Because we all know the saying. The past is easier to forget when your knickers are wet. That's the saying. I didn't make that up today. So this is what we're gonna do. I've got it loaded up on my phone. We're gonna read my mom's porn, and if we're all horny by the end of this, I will text her tonight and be like, let's have Sunday dinner, love you. All right? Okay, so, oh shit, okay. I'm gonna just jump in the middle because we don't really have a lot of time. But so this one's based in Egypt, where all good porn is based. Right, her husband begins to ferociously suck and lick, moving rhythmically from one nipple to the next. I don't know about you, but I personally have not experienced a man moving rhythmically from one nipple to the next. Right, I'm running out of time. Did that make anyone horny? Yeah. You're lying. That did not make me horny. Fuck that shit. But yeah, okay, I think I've got like 30 seconds left. So, do you want to hear? Okay, so guys, I've been seeing this guy. I had a problem. I didn't know how to break it to him, but I'm not only a comedian, I'm a poet and a dancer. So I explained my problem to him through poem. Do you want to hear it? Okay. Cancel. Oh shit. I'm in his house. I need to fart. I don't know what to do. Is it too soon to use his loo? Should I hold in my poo? Is there a way to be discreet so he will never know? What if it smells? What if it's loud? Then he wants me to go. It's early days. We're at that phase where he thinks I don't shit. Maybe the poop will go away if I change how I sit. Desperation hits the limit. The deed must now be done. If you can't take me pooping, or you're clearly not the one. Thank you guys. If you want to give me money, or be my hoe, or be my mum, I'll be over there. Bye.
Yes, it's Charlotte Dougan!
Oh yeah, how are you all feeling tonight? Good. Yeah, I'm Charlotte Dougan, and I should probably let you guys know, actually, it's very high stakes for you guys to laugh at my jokes tonight, because I actually shaved all my hair off for you, because I was like, well, if I'm going to be a successful stand-up comedian, I've got to look the part. A man. No. I actually got this haircut to look gayer. Tick. Unfortunately, though, I have ended up also looking more homophobic. Which is annoying. But I've been trying to pick up my vibe. I think my vibe was like set for me when I was really young, right? Because I went to a Catholic primary school. And during Catholic primary school, the headmistress in sort of whole school assemblies would choose people to play characters in the Bible. And she looked at me and she said, "You're going to play the devil." Twice. But to be fair, maybe she was right, because I was doing some pretty weird devilish things when I was like 5 years old. I really distinctly remember, right? I was outside a pub and I started charging people entry to my granddad's wake. That would be really dumb. My granddad's wake. So that was pretty not good. But the reason why I went to Catholic primary school is because my mum is Catholic. Which is kind of funny now, because I'm gay. My sister's gay. And now my mum no longer believes in God. But no, it was weird being raised Catholic and also being gay. It kind of caused me to do some kind of slightly terrible, horrific things, right? There was this one time where I kissed a man. We were in a club and I was like, I'm going to take this man home for some reason. But unfortunately, home was University Hall, so I had to like sign him in. And there was this really, really beautiful moment where both me and the security guard found out this guy's name at the same time. It was really special. And we made it up to my room and I was like, I need to pop to the toilet for a second. And whilst I was in the toilet, I remembered something really, really important. So I went back into the room and I was like, I'm so sorry. You are going to have to leave because I'm gay. And to be fair, he did, but I'm kind of like, what does he think happened in that toilet? But eventually I did come out to my parents, right? And mixed reaction, I'd say. You know, normally like in a parental dynamic, it was like a good cop and a bad cop, but with my parents, it was more like all cops are bastards. Because I told my mum that I was gay, and I'd come out after my sister, and she said, "Oh, I must have a defective gene then." Which sounds like a her problem, to be honest. And after a few years of quiet contemplation, my dad told me that I was destroying Western civilization one shag at a time. Which which was a weird LinkedIn endorsement, to be fair. It was odd. But overall, I think my parents just don't make sense together at all, right? They're very different people, okay? Because my dad, he's very right-wing, and my mum is very left-wing, right? And it's got me thinking, maybe in every successful relationship, there's one person who believes in socialism, and there's another person who earns enough money so that other person can continue to believe in socialism. You might hear that joke coming from me and be like, God, where does she lie politically on the spectrum? Rest assured, politically, I'm just like the BBC. My left-wing friends think I'm too right-wing, but my right-wing dad no longer wants to fund me, which is it's tough, right? But no, I mean, it's not just sort of financial policies my parents disagree on. It's also migration policy, because my dad, he voted for Brexit, but my mum is French. I'm trying to figure out why he voted for it, right? It's important to know why people vote things. Like, I know why I vote for Labour, right? I vote for Labour because I care about what my friends think of me. But no, I think there's two reasons he might have voted for Brexit. One is because he genuinely thinks it's easier to kick my mum out of the country than the house. But I know the real reason. The thing that really, really got to him is the fact that my Polish girlfriend beat him at Scrabble. I've been charging it. Thanks so much.
Welcome to stage, it's Amanda Stauffer!
Hello. My name's Amanda. I am American. I moved to the UK on a spouse visa, and I know what you're thinking. How is this an adult woman who is old enough to be married and obtain a spouse visa? She has the voice of Angelica Pickles from the Rugrats. To which I would say to you, you don't, babies! No, I am actually old enough to be married. That said, I was 25 when I got married, so I was a child bride. I've been married for 9 years to a man from Worcestershire. Thank you. It has taken me 9 years to learn how to say that. I hope at some point in the next 9 years to learn where it is. I'm also a vegan, but I'm going to subvert your expectations about what vegans are like by not talking about it anymore. The year that I got married and moved to the UK, the Home Office actually tweeted on Valentine's Day. I took a screenshot of this just because people don't believe that it's real. The Home Office tweeted, hashtag roses are red, violets are blue. If your marriage is a sham, we'll be on to you. Hashtag happy Valentine's Day. But like I said, I've been here for 9 years now, so either that means my marriage is not a sham or they are not yet on to me. It's almost kind of quaint when you look at it now, because this was 2013, and like with everything with Suella Braverman, like it's harder to come up with a cute pithy rhyme for Rwanda, isn't it? It's enough to make me want to go back to the United States, where politics is very normal. I have an aunt who is an evangelical Christian. She doesn't believe in evolution. One of the things that she believes is that God put dinosaur bones in the earth to test our faith. Which, like, fair play to her is actually quite a good test if you think about it. Because, like, if you think, like, I don't have a problem with Christianity, but if you think that the resurrection of Jesus is a more plausible story than lizards used to be bigger, it's quite a lot of faith, in my opinion. But I don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore because I'm a UK citizen now. Thank you. I swore an oath to the Queen, which I suppose is void now. I passed the life in the UK test, meaning I know all the very important things that one has to know in order to sustain life, to live in the UK. For example, who is the first person to run a mile in 4 minutes? That's one guy who can stay. The rest of you are deported. That is my understanding of the immigration rules. It's a pub quiz. I am going to say one more thing about veganism. Do you know that condoms are not vegan? Like the mainstream condom brands that you buy in Boots or whatever, like most of them are not vegan. You have to get the vegan ones special. And I have been using vegan condoms ever since I went vegan 5 years ago. And I have 4 beautiful children. I think, like, apart from taking the test, there are some, like, less official ways that I've kind of become British in the time that I've lived here. For example, I have learned to enjoy cold water swimming because it's the only kind of water that you have here. I went to Cornwall at the end of August when the water in the sea is supposedly as warm as it gets, and my tits fell clean off. And the water was freezing. There is one way that I haven't quite adapted to British culture, though, which is that I have not quite mastered the art of being so polite that I say the opposite of whatever it is that I am actually feeling. And I think the worst example of English people doing this is the way that they use the word unfortunately. Unfortunately, I won't be able to process that return for you today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to offer you the position. Unfortunately, I am going to have to ask you to leave the lush Oxford Street location. Like, none of that has anything to do with fortune, right? Like, I think that when an English person starts a sentence with the word unfortunately, what they are saying is, go fuck yourself. But they're trying to blame it on the fates. Thank you very much.